Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Saturday Night's Star Power. We're excited to be here for another game of Overarms, and thank you, everyone out there, for joining us. I feel like it's been like a calendar year since we played this game. Were we off the last time we played? Because I feel like it's been fucking forever. Anyway, so thank you everyone out there for joining us. We just ran our little promo at the beginning of the game, and you can see all the other shows that we had here on the channel. If you're interested in any of those, our full schedule is listed below our faces if you're watching us live on Twitch. If you're not, if you're watching us sometime on YouTube, head over to our Twitch page. You can see whatever we got going on at this point in the future. Our next stream after this one, if you enjoy what you see here tonight, Savannah will be running a game of Monster of the Week. It's called Slang 101, tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. It's been going for a couple of years now, and there's a lot of drama, a lot of intrigue, a lot of weird bullshit that we get up into. So you can come join us. I believe right now we just encountered Mothman. And yeah, fun times. I think my character specifically is cornered by Mothman in a cave, and we're gonna see how that turns out tomorrow at 4. Otherwise, throughout this week, we have a couple of fun things going on. On Tuesday, we'll have the first session of our Land of Eam campaign, which Savannah is also going to be running, a little mini series that we're going to be doing every other Tuesday, and it's a game based on Rickety Stitch and the Gelatinous Goo, or the Rickety Stitch series. You can find those online or at your local retailers. It's a really cute little graphic novel. But that's gonna be on Tuesday. Thursday is gonna be Elegant Suffering, and Friday we'll be back for more Neon Souls. Where yesterday they went to a sex club and made me describe things. That was fun to do on Twitch.
To be fair, Val created this all on their own. We did not hint at it. We just asked about someone's personal life and they ran with it. And may I say, it was a gift. And again, I would thank you for it.
And that makes it sound like it got explicit. It did not. We kept it within Twitch parameters. It just got very uncomfortable for me having to DM that. But you can see our VOD when that goes live later this week. I'm going to stop talking for a second, let my lovely players here introduce themselves, and then we're going to get going. I don't remember who goes first.
I do.
Savannah? All right, Savannah, tell the people who you are.
Hello, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. You can find my schedule there. I think it's still pinned on my Twitter. I don't remember. But tonight I am playing Piper, the pop star with a big speaker man, and also voicing Vespa, the bees.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, but tonight I'll be playing Feng, the fighty boy, whose anima is Black Tortoise, a guardian type. I also voice Omega.
I don't remember the order.
Sid.
I'm trying to get the thing pulled up. Sid next.
It's me. Yeah. I was just surprised that the voice went up, like RJ was going to continue. No, it's my own fault. I haven't had a lot of sleep. Hi, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at GreekSid. I'm there occasionally talking about nerdy things and shit posting. You can find me here a couple nights a week. It is Elegant Magics week. Yay! Come check that out. 8 o'clock Eastern here on GameKnights. It's a Good Society game. It also includes the expanded pack of Good Society. So it's Regency Romance with magic. It's dope. Come check it out. But tonight I will be playing Penny. Penny is she has a magician type. Omega, he's great. And I also voice Piper's Vega. So I just have a little list for lyrics and I occasionally yell them out at inappropriate times. That's me.
Oh, hey. I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on the Indoor Adventure stream. I am going to be playing as Vivian Coyle tonight. Her anima is Vespa, the bees, and they are an assassin-type anima. You can find my schedule on Twitter, which is at Danae Keener.
And running this game, I am Val at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. You can see my full schedule pinned at the top of my Twitter bio. I'm pretty much here every time we're live. And like I said, I'm running this game. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? I'll go ahead and recap what happened last time, to the best of my ability, and we'll get started. So, last time on Saturday Night's Star Power, we had more time shenanigans. Your group had been in a very tense situation with two members of the system, namely Will, the keeper of Uranus, the psychic, or what's the word that I'm looking for? Divining anima, and Delilah, the keeper of Saturn, this stoic soldier type, had both broken into or infiltrated the North Star, trying to look for this pyramid that the leader of the system, David Constantine, needs to unleash Armageddon on the world. I am blanking on names. Penny had a showdown with Will, in which she spoke to him as this alter ego of hers, or this other figure that sometimes takes over. Miss Persimmon essentially threatened Will, tried to get him to kind of turn over to your side, as he had been able to identify through his use of foretelling powers that your crew had taken this pyramid. It didn't go so well. Will tried to tell Delilah what was going on. There was a big showdown. Piper got shot, and shot at, and Delilah got away. You reconvened with L, the leader of this division of the secret shadowy government organization called AIM, investigating these anima users. You all went back to AIM and sort of trying to figure out what was going on. Or no, Delilah didn't get away. Will got away. Delilah got captured initially. This is hard to remember because then you guys rewrote everything. The time travel is going to get very difficult for me to recap this game. You had captured Delilah, interrogated her to the best that you could. She wasn't giving up a lot of information. And so you decided to use Penny's powers, because Will was out there somewhere, and you didn't know if they were going to tell Constantine. You didn't know what was going to happen there, and you didn't want to blow your cover. You decided to use Penny's powers to rewrite what happened, to have her go back into the past, confront Will as herself, to hopefully convince him to stay on your side. She did, and she was successful in convincing Will to essentially betray Constantine in this one moment. He did. The confrontation, the entire fight did not happen. Delilah and Will left without ever having learned where the pyramid ended up. You, seemingly successful in this, went and back out to reconnect with Vivi and Feng, who had been waiting out across the street, ready to strike as part of this AIM siege of the North Star. Vivi was in a pretty rough spot, having gotten a bit brain melted having had some visions or some memories of some of her past, and you helped her the best that you could, got her some medical attention, talked for a while about the time travel and how things had gone. And while that was all happening, Vivi, you were offered a job from L, working for AIM and kind of spying on your team a bit. You accepted this position, put in the paperwork, and they're going to get back to you. You then went back to Feng's apartment, where you found that the truck, which with Piper's face plastered to it and everything valuable from the North Star in it, had been stolen. And as you broke in or stormed in to Feng's apartment, you found Grandpa lying on the ground, dead, just before Grandpa's cat, Ball, jumped up and began to speak in Grandpa's voice. And this ornery, grouchy little cat in this ransacked apartment said, "Okay, we're gonna have to do something about this."
Immediately, Feng will scoop up Bao in his hands and just hug him.
This is strange.
Grandpa, what the fuck?
Mr.
Can you just- I have an itch on the back of my head there. Can you just, yeah, right there. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. All right. I'm sorry. Put me down, please. I think everyone else is here, and came in shortly after.
Yeah. I'm sorry, can someone please explain to me what's happening?
Mr. Grandpa's a cat.
Mr. Grandpa is dead.
You don't have to rub it in like that.
Wait, I'm not dead. I'm right here. I mean,
You're also right here.
I'm just
okay,
gonna...
so
Can someone
technically-
please explain to me what is going on?
all right. So yes, technically I am dead. Technically that me is dead.
And
But
you're
I'm still here.
a cat.
Yes. Somebody stole the truck.
Yeah.
Those same people killed me. Well, tried to. I had a relic stored away for sort of an emergency escape plan, and well, I used it.
You had an emergency relic that turns you into a cat?
No, it didn't turn me into a cat. I just sort of I just sort of merged souls with a cat.
Oh my god, is Bao dead?
Ow.
No. Val and I are sort of the same now.
Can we
It's
talk
hard to
Bao?
explain. You ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
What the fuck is a Dragon Ball?
Okay.
I don't know if that show's come out yet. I feel like it was airing in the
pretty
late,
sure
It's
in the
out.
late
It's been out.
90s.
I think
Okay.
we're at GT right now.
Okay, are we? I didn't know where we were at
Yeah,
in
Vivi
Dragon
comes
Ball.
from the 1930s. She doesn't
No, Vivi
understand
doesn't.
your references.
She has no
That
fucking
makes
clue what we're
sense.
talking
Is it
about.
that whole thing with like the Namekians?
hmm Yeah, that's sort of what we're looking at here.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z started in 1989.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Feng is going to sigh, walk over to the phone if it's still functional.
Yeah, it's off the hook, but it's functional.
First off, He's gonna call Grandma.
Okay.
Oh
You
no.
have- you have a conversation with Grandma that
In
mostly
angry, fast Mandarin.
yeah, which mostly translates to, did he use the damn whistle? I told him not to do that. There were better ways to do this. Why did he have, like, god damn it? Yells at you, yells at Grandpa for a bit. Grandpa refuses to get on the phone.
We can handle this. Click.
I take it she didn't take that well.
Nope. She said something about coming here to kick your ass and then mine.
She shouldn't kick a cat.
No.
But it's Grandpa. So.
But Grandpa's spout.
Hey, I think this is a
I-
net positive. My back pain is gone.
I don't think I'm ever going to grasp what's happening.
Bao is like 10 pounds overweight, Grandpa.
Well, I was overweight too. That's not too much difference.
We need to call the police, and then I have to make insurance claims.
What are we gonna do with the body?
We're gonna call the cops.
What are we gonna feed him? Do you
Body
need people
won't
food
eat
or cat
anymore.
food?
Oh, the cat.
I would really like not to eat cat food. I'm sure we can work out something.
Yeah, remember, it's cats and or dogs that are fatally allergic to chocolate, onions, and avocados.
And grapes.
Shit.
Just
It's
saying.
different for cats. You gotta keep them away from lilies.
Well, that's fine. I don't really like flowers that much.
Okay, so I'm just gonna call the police because Grandpa's dead body is okay.
Fucking yes, please.
Right.
I call the police.
Call the cops. Once they get here, there was a break-in. Just don't touch anything. Some of you shouldn't stay here, though, and should go find the truck, which has been stolen by 3 anima users that were here like an hour ago.
Who were they?
I didn't catch their names while they were shooting me.
What did their animus look like?
It happened really fast. The door kind of came flying in off the hinges. One of them did that. I didn't get a chance to see the thing, but it was big. And then one of them was wearing these weird goggles and then shot me. I didn't catch any of their names. I didn't use them, but one of them did after they thought I was dead. They did mention a Stephanie.
Yeah.
I
Looks
think
at list of
specifically
NPCs.
Stephanie.
specifically
Stephanie
they
is
said
Jupiter.
Stephanie's gonna be so stoked about this score. What were her words exactly?
That was probably.
This was the
Claudia
tiny one
then.
with the gun that killed me.
That was Claudia.
Vivi seems to have basically shrugged and decided, okay, we're doing this now. She pulls out a notepad, kind of flips it open, and she says, give me a description of the people that killed you.
Okay. Right.
Mr. Cat
Okay.
Grandpa, please.
Cat Grandpa sits up on the counter, and starts thinking for a second, and then begins to give a description. Based on his description, these 3 people are not anyone that you recognize.
Right. Not members of the system?
No one that you've met. No.
Okay. All right.
It was a young man, the one with the goggles, was he said maybe early 20s, late teens, white, blonde hair, looked to be dressed basically like standard 20 something in Miami, just like colorful clothing. I'm trying to think of late 90s fashions, early 2000s fashions. Had a windbreaker, chinos, yeah, that sort of stuff. The other one was the other two were women. One of them was very tall, dark skin, a little more like heavy set, was pretty imposing, with tattoos along her arms, and the other one was looked a little bit younger, maybe like late 20s, early 30s, had was Asian with a like short spiky hair, very attractive, he said. Looked like grandma when she was younger. Kind of went on for that like a little bit uncomfortably too long as grandpa.
Gross.
And then yeah, that was it. I don't think he saw. Yeah, he said he didn't see them other than when the door got punched down. Didn't see them use their anima because after he got shot, they didn't use it. But the guy and the younger woman left pretty quickly to go get the truck, as far as he could tell at that point. And then the larger woman stayed for a while, like kind of flipped over the apartment. Seemed like she was looking for stuff. Didn't find anything, so she left.
Goggles, tattoos, spiky hair. Okay, so I'm gonna call this one Goggles, this one's gonna be Tat, and this one's gonna be Spike.
That makes sense to me. But you didn't.
Sorry, I'm just updating my notes.
But you didn't actually see anyone's anima? Are you sure that they actually used an anima? Or maybe they just busted down the door and shot you?
I've been doing this for long enough that I can tell they were anima users.
Okay.
I think the one with the goggles, those goggles must have been a part of their anima or something, because they sort of just disappeared.
Feng, do you have any way of tracking down anima users?
I do, but I have to be in close proximity to them.
Well, then how are we going to avenge your grandpa?
I call in a favor from Constantine.
But they were working for Stephanie.
Yeah, and they iced my grandfather.
Well, Delilah tried to ice your grandfather too.
Did she?
Yeah, that was what all of the time jumping was last time, was to get Delilah not to ice your grandpa.
And me.
I have a question.
Just saying.
Huh?
Constantine iced your grandpa.
Why would Stephanie go and do this by herself? If Stephanie was doing this because Mr. Constantine asked her to, then wouldn't have Delilah known about it?
If they were gonna hit the shop, then why did they hit my house?
Or why didn't they tell Delilah that they were going to the house so that they could get back up? Or at least have her know the plan? Mr. Constantine did say, or someone did say, I think it was Mr. Constantine that said, there were some, Sally said it, there we go. Anyway, there were some things that happened that Mr. Constantine wasn't happy about. I know Mr. Constantine's a very bad man, but maybe he didn't know about this.
Around this time, Piper, your phone starts ringing.
Hello?
It's a blocked number. Just before you,
Rad.
that changed how you answer
Grandpa.
it. Yeah, Grandpa, stop.
Hello?
What you hear on the other end of the phone is sounds like a young man's voice. And it says, is this Piper?
Who's this?
Doesn't matter.
Actually, it does.
You been home recently?
Why?
We took care of your sugar daddy or whoever that was. You got 24 hours to leave town and we're coming for you.
I take it you were the one wearing the goggles.
There's a pause and like the phone sounds like it's covered up, like kind of like half-assed. She knew about the goggles. How'd she know about the? Were there any cameras in there? No, I told her to check to see if there were. Well, how else would she know about it? All right, fine.
I can hear you.
Shit.
I know what all three of you look like. You want to roll back that threat a little bit?
Doesn't change anything. You got 24 hours.
Okay. I'll find you before then.
Bring it.
I will. I always do.
Okay.
Hang up.
Oh, you're supposed to stall so that I can track them.
Do that?
Vivi starts putting all of her equipment away.
Why do you have that?
Don't worry about it.
I'm
Gosh,
really worried about you.
I've got hobbies. Chill.
Are you interning with a CSI unit?
I'm not gonna chill. Grandpa got shot, and the dude that shot him just called me and said if we don't get out of town within 24 hours, they're gonna kill us too.
Let them come. I want to see them try.
Grandpa says, well, you've got kind of a bigger problem than that. Truck's locked right now. I actually put like one of my locks on it, so it should hold them for a while. But the pyramid's in there. Eventually they're going to get into it. And if they figure out what's in there, they might not know that you have what connections you have to me yet in the shop and the pyramids and all that shit, but they're going to know once they get that truck open.
They think you were my sugar daddy.
Gross.
Rude.
What?
I'm not gross.
No, you're like a daughter to me. That's gross.
What's a sugar daddy?
Oh, thanks, Grandpa.
And why is that gross?
I'll tell you later.
We're take Grandpa back to your place. I'm going out for a ride.
Not alone, you aren't.
I'll wait for the police.
You were muted when you spoke.
I said,
I was? Weird.
Yeah.
No one should be alone right now.
Yeah, That's super dangerous. There's death threats. There's death.
And
Grandpa,
cats.
stop.
Hush, Grandpa.
Grandpa.
I'm just so hungry.
Okay, I'll stay here. The police should be here very soon. Feed Grandpa. Deal with this.
Thanks, Piper.
You guys find the truck, okay? And please don't get shot. The silence is deafening.
We won't get shot.
Thank you. Okay.
Goes down and pets Mr. Grandpa. I'm glad you're sort of alive.
Thank you. Me too.
Scritches behind the ears.
And if any of you comes back a cat, I'm gonna lose it. Okay.
What would happen if another person did what you did with Bao, but you're already sharing with Bao? Would all three of you share?
Yeah, that would get uncomfortable pretty quick.
Hmm.
Body can only hold so many souls. Smaller animals. We're already kind of at capacity right now. Another one and ball might explode.
I'm also now realizing that I have to come to the terms with the fact that now I know souls exist.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
How
like
is that
tuna?
any worse than? How's that any worse than anima?
Can have an existential crisis later.
Right, because I
Do
have
anima have souls?
full control. I'm gonna get Grandpa some tuna.
Vespa, do you have a soul?
It gets right up at Fang's face. You don't do anything stupid.
How many souls do you have?
He looks at her blankly, shrugs, pecks her on the tip of the nose, and then walks away.
Just goes to
Okay.
find a can of tuna. It's
I
having
guess
a
we should
complete internal meltdown.
This is Fang's apartment, so I'm assuming that you have a couple of cans of tuna or
A couple of cans of tuna. There's a bag of
canned
like
chicken.
kibble somewhere in the pantry.
Grandpa's not eating that.
I'm not feeding Grandpa that.
Grandpa, this cat is never eating kibble again.
I want meat.
I want meat.
Find something.
Sick of drinking water. He
Grandpa
wants
can
whiskey.
eat red meat again. There's some silver linings. He doesn't have to worry about his cholesterol anymore.
Can I have a drink?
No.
Just like a little bit.
Your lifespan's already been like significantly shortened, okay? I'm not giving alcohol to a cat.
There's a
You know what? Over under on that. I think I came out on top.
head poke from the hallway. There's catnip in the pantry.
Grandpa, do you want to try catnip?
I haven't smoked weed since since Nam, so yeah, sure.
Of course, Grandpa was in.
Of course he was.
And he definitely had fucking Tortoise then. So
Tortoise fought Nam.
Tortoise
Yeah,
fought
he's like a decorated war hero.
Oh, Grandpa.
Ran into a machine gun nest and unleashed Black Tortoise on all of
Oh
them.
my gosh.
Yeah.
This is frightening.
But
I'll feed
go
Grandpa and wait for
season
the
2 of
police
Star Power.
with the dead body.
Season 2, Penny stuff goes bad. We accidentally go back to Nam.
Oh,
It's gonna be
no.
Star Power Modern Warfare,
Exploding
No.
crossbow bolts
No.
everywhere.
Black Ops unit. Yeah.
When Feng gets downstairs, he walks out to the front of the building and he kicks a palm tree and his helmet falls down into his hands.
You guys see this, the two of you that are down there. So Vivi and are Vivi and Penny both going?
Mhm.
It's just Piper that's staying back. Okay.
She's the one that got the death threat. We can't leave her alone.
You all
Oh yeah,
just
shit.
did. Bye.
Oh, wait, where's Fang going?
I mean, the cops are gonna be here.
Penny, can you stay with Piper? You know, so that she doesn't get murdered?
Oh, yeah. That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Fang and make sure that he doesn't get murdered.
Okay.
All right, see you later.
All right. So Piper and Penny staying back at the apartment to deal with the police. Vivi and Feng going to track down this truck. Let's do Vivi and Fang's what you guys want to do first, and then we'll go back to the apartment. So, got your motorcycle helmet, got your bike.
Fang's gonna crouch by the road and try a reading to see if there are any residual anima particles with the truck, since it's filled to the brim with artifacts.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you could do that. Where's my book? Let's go ahead. So to be using your first ability, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do. I'm thinking intelligence plus power.
Okay. Int plus power. Roll. Nice. Did that get sent out?
I just read it off of the stream.
12.
Okay. 12. Very good. You go to the spot where, like, near the street, you know the truck would have had to come out this way. You focus for a minute, summoning forth Black Tortoise, and who I assume to say, like, striking the shield. There's that, like, pulse that kind of goes out. And I think you get this sort of, like, after image effect of the truck kind of coming into Tortoise's field of vision, stopping for a second and making a turn and like making a right turn out of it and starting to head down the road in like real time. You're seeing like the past movement of the truck.
Fang will toss Vivi a spare helmet and tell him to hop on the bike.
Yep. She swings one of those rollerblades around the bike and hops on behind him.
Awesome. Hopping on the two of you on the bike begin to follow after this after image that goes speeding off down the road, kind of following the bay before turning in and heading more like into town. You get a look at the two people that are driving the truck. They are this music's no, I'll stick with it. They pretty much match the description of what you saw from Grandpa. But now you actually have seen their faces, you know what they look like. They make a few other turns following along like some of the intersecting streets, not getting onto the highway or anything, so you're gathering that they are still somewhere in the Miami metro area. While you are doing that, Piper and Penny, the two of you are back at the apartment. You hear the sound of police, an ambulance showing up outside. Police officer comes up first. Ambulance or the paramedics shortly after, beginning to look over Grandpa very quickly, realizing that he is beyond the point of saving. They begin to put him on the stretcher and take him downstairs in a body bag. The police officer coming in is asking you a few questions and saying, all right, so is this your apartment?
No, it's a friend of mine's.
Okay. And what time was it exactly when you got here?
What time was it?
Whatever
time it was.
So it's morning, I think, at this point. I think we're like, it's probably around like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And he nods. He says, "All right. You see anyone here when you arrived on the scene?
No.
Do you know who the victim is?"
Yeah. It's my friend's grandpa. I'll give him his name.
Okay. And your friend, where is he?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you have any idea who might have done this?
No.
Mr. Grandpa ran an antique shop. He might
Okay.
have had stuff that was worth a lot of money.
What's the name of the shop?
The North Star?
What's the address? Do you know?
Blah.
Give him the address. Goes through, is like taking a few notes. Says, "All right. I'm gonna need both of your information, so I can contact you for as part of the investigation. We'll have a detective here on scene here in probably the next 30 minutes or so. You should call your friend. Make sure that they come back here. We're gonna want to talk to them."
Okay.
Okay. Two of you can go for now, though. Just don't go anywhere. Okay. Gets your information. You give him your real names, I assume, and leave the scene.
Grandpa in tow.
Yeah, with the with the cat in tow, and they don't question you taking the cat. They just let you go. So you leave with Grandpa, who's saying, "Can you take me back to the shop? I really don't want to sit in the car for the rest of the day."
If you want, I mean, I can take you to my apartment.
You can watch your soaps there.
It's fine. It's probably safer anyway. So you guys are going back to Piper's apartment?
Yeah.
Might as
All right.
well.
Get Grandpa settled.
Two of you start heading that way. Vivi and Feng, you followed this after image of this truck for a little while now, and eventually you reach the point where you see the truck turn down an alley, and you stop at the end of the alley because at the dead end, where the alley sort of ends in a wall, the after image merges with the actual truck. You guys are kind of parked about 20 yards away from it, near the sidewalk. Both of you guys have your helmets on, and you can see the truck is sort of pulled over in this alleyway. It has a large tarp thrown over the back of it, kind of obfuscating the Piper paraphernalia on the side. It looks like the gate is still closed on the back of the truck, hasn't been opened yet. There is somebody you don't recognize that is currently like leaning against the wall at the kind of next to the truck at the end of the alleyway. Was wearing a hoodie. He's got kind of like hands shoved into pockets. Looks a bit sketchy. Clearly seems to be guarding the truck. Doesn't seem to match the descriptions of anyone that you've been given so far, though, of the three anima users.
Have they noticed us?
I don't think so, because you essentially can't do a stop at the intersection here, like kind of pulled over the side, idling right now. I think you've only been here for a couple seconds. So far, they don't seem to have said anything. This alleyway is between two storefronts. The one on the right is some sort of like barbershop or something. The one on the left looks like it is a furniture warehouse, but is currently closed. Like it's shuttered. Doesn't even look like it's in business anymore.
Fang's gonna point it out to Vivi before pulling away and heading back the way they came.
Okay. You guys head fully away? Are you going somewhere else or just going back
Or-
down the road a little bit?
Maybe I'll ask Vivi to plant a bee somewhere to keep an eye on it, if that's possible.
I think she could do that. But the way that the bees work is that they only have a direct line with her when they're within range.
Mm-hmm.
It will have to physically come back to her to report if it needs to. So basically,
If that truck moves, that bee's coming back.
I would argue I plant 2 bees, have one stay with the truck and one come back to inform us.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
But I'll have to pay the troll toll for that
Okay.
twice.
You deposit. You send a couple of bees skirting down the alleyway. The person that is in the alley does not even seem to react to the bees. So, like, doesn't listen to hear the buzzing or anything like that. Doesn't do like the normal like swatting that you see for other anima users. Doesn't even notice them. You gather this person is not an anima holder. And the bees sort of squirm under the tarp of the truck and kind of hold their position there. So where are the two of you heading back to?
Probably
You gonna go meet back up with
meet up with Piper and
Okay.
Penny.
Okay. So leaving the bees there with their orders, you head back to Piper's apartment on the other side of town. And we'll say you guys all arrived there at around the same time, considering how much Piper and Penny probably had to stay for their interview.
Found your truck.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Somewhere downtown between this old furniture factory and a barber shop. I'll give the address.
Okay. The cops want to talk to you.
Yeah, I bet they do. Anybody back at my apartment? I should probably give them my information as soon as possible.
They're probably still there.
Right.
They said they're having
I'd
a
say, like,
detective come tomorrow.
Later today.
Later today.
Yeah. The officer would have given you his his card, so that you could, if you need to call, that would be for their office number. Then you'd be routed to their dispatch could route you to their personal number, their cell phone. So, Feng, do you call the police, or do you just want to, or do you want to go back to your apartment?
You'll go back to the apartment.
Okay. Is there anything you want to do while you're there, or are you just giving your statement and everything and filing the insurance stuff that you need to?
Yep. Probably grab a change of clothing.
Okay. We don't have to play all that out.
Mhm.
It takes a little while. Fang's probably gone for hour and a half or so, between giving a statement, being allowed to collect. They have to approve anything you take out of the apartment, make sure it's not evidence. But they do let you take some clothes because the scene of the crime was the main living area. They don't gather that there's anything in your room that would have been pertinent to their investigation.
Except this gun under my pillow.
I'm imagining you don't have any would there be anything in your apartment that you think would be like suspicious for this, or do you think everything's pretty
Everything's pretty up to.
above
There's
board?
probably like an old laptop in there, but
Okay.
that's about it.
Yeah, I think they ask you, the detectives go through some more question. So you get there around the time the detective is there, and they kind of go through the same questions. They ask if anyone else had keys to the apartment, who else knew that you were here, was there anything that they might have been trying to steal, you know, anything like that. If you kept anything at the apartment and stuff, they don't. I don't think there's any reason they'd be suspicious of you right now, if there'd be any motive for this. But they do ask some questions. They do ask where you're staying, where you're planning on staying.
I will figure that out and give you a call, detective.
Okay. He gets your phone number, that sort of stuff. They ask for your. They do take your prints to rule you out of when they're doing their evidence sweep. And then you're allowed to go. They make the arrangements, and he gives you the information for like collecting your grandpa's body from the coroners once they've done their autopsy.
Back to Piper's.
Okay. Anything you guys are doing at Piper's while this is going on? We're now getting into middle of the day. If we're doing our 24-hour countdown, we're probably looking at about 20 hours remaining on the clock.
Getting Mr. Grandpa situated.
Turning on his soaps.
Okay. We can just fast forward till Feng gets back for you guys to do your planning.
Immediately crashes onto Piper's couch.
I was a little worried they were going to arrest you.
Why do you say that?
Statistically, the most likely person to have killed somebody is a family member.
They told us not to go anywhere, so I think we're vaguely on the suspect list, too.
That's also a statistically likely person to have killed someone is the person who found them.
Great.
Sorry, I watch a lot of crime dramas.
So what are we going to do?
Bust into their hideout. Punch some faces in. The mirror's in the back of the truck. We could always chuck them into the Mirage.
True.
You guys realize that it's like a really bad thing that they're working for Stephanie? I mean, we haven't met her yet, but she is a member of the system.
Yeah.
We've seen her?
You have. She's been at every meeting that you guys have been at. She's the one that wears,
stand corrected.
She's the pinchy faced businesswoman.
Yeah, she's always shows up. She's usually sitting near the front wearing a
that makes so much sense.
business suit. Doesn't say much. Usually it's like the last to show up and the first to leave for most of the meetings and stuff. Seems pretty grumpy.
With the way they were talking, Stephanie will... What would they say? This will blow Stephanie's mind. I don't think...
The score.
The score.
Hey,
I don't
guys,
think
what
she
timeline
knows.
are we in? Is Delilah in jail?
No.
No, that was the one before.
Oh. That's disappointing.
I know.
It would have been really nice for her to be in jail.
Yeah.
You know, anima jail.
Yeah.
I'm sure the others are like, what the fuck are they talking about?
No, we sent Mercury to Anima Jail.
Well, Keanu's in anima jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keanu is in anima jail. But Delilah was arrested. You guys fixed the timeline. She's not arrested anymore. But yeah, the only people that remember that timeline are Vivi and Penny. That was also the timeline that Feng and Piper kissed. Boy, my notes for this game are fucked.
I don't even have to
let time
pretend like I
travel
don't know
exist?
what's going on.
You should just get a whiteboard that reads penny time jump. Just Pepe Silva this.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Well, the way that I see it, we can either go to them or wait for them to come to us. And I don't know, them coming to us seems really bad. Like, I'd rather
Rather.
we get the jump on them than they get the jump on us.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Avenge Mr. Grandpa. Who's with me?
100%.
Grandpa who's been scarfing down tuna. I'm with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Might sound really silly. But should we just check and see whether or not Mr. Constantine knows about what Stephanie's doing? Because if he doesn't, then she might be in trouble.
Okay. We got to be really careful about that, though, because he definitely did send Delilah to come and kill him.
I would just be curious to know what he knows right now. Because
Okay.
if he knows what Delilah tells him and not what Stephanie does,
We'll have to approach this very carefully. See, he probably knows that there's somebody that they were trying to kill. If we ask him if somebody has killed someone that we know, then he's going to know that we know them, you know?
yeah.
We spent all this time trying not to blow our cover. Like, is it really that important anymore? What are we learning by being infiltrated with this group?
For the most part, we're slowly taking them down from the inside.
Yeah, we got Keanu.
And with
We
this,
also got Delilah, but then we went back in time and shifted that up.
Well, we can at least get Stephanie with this one, possibly. If you guys are going to talk to Constantine, I'm going to...
Well, maybe we don't have to talk to Constantine. Maybe we can talk to Will.
talk with whoever you need to. I'll be taking a shower.
So what do you guys want to do?
Kind of want to rest. We're kind of low on resources here.
Yeah, what does everybody have with like AP Rise?
I'm at like 10.
Ooh.
Oh no, how
14.
horrible.
I'm sorry. I like sleep.
What are Vivi
A
and
little over
Piper
half.
I'm still. I have 18.
I've
So-
got 9,
Oh.
which is a lot for me.
I was gonna say. You could take a rest if you need to. You could get some. Boy, what was the last time I gave you guys your income?
Oh yeah, there's
3
money.
sessions ago.
God. Well,
It
when
was
the
a
last time
really
time
long
passed?
day.
Here's the
Was a
thing:
really
we've done
long
so
day.
much fucking time travel that I don't know how much time has passed, and I've lost track of any semblance of
In like a day.
cohesiveness I've had.
think
I wanna
it's
say
just
a day.
I want to
day.
say it's been like a day, maybe 2,
A
since all of the
very-
time travel started.
I will be
Long
super
day.
generous, and I will give you guys 2 days of income.
That's
Uh,
It's so nice.
excessively generous.
Because I don't remember the last time we even talked about income. Because the other thing you could do if you wanted to buy some AP items to recover a bit.
Bottle of water is like 80G for some reason.
No, it's 20G.
That's literally my income for the day. What kind of Aquafina? Not even Aquafina.
We actually,
Fiji.
the only place to get water in this world is to like buy it at Six Flags. So it's just, it's that markup, man. It'll get you.
And
Yeah,
we
we've
gotta
talked
ride
about
the
adventure
Hydra.
economy. It's really bad.
Well, like, I would assume that, like, the money that we get is not necessarily your paycheck, it's just your disposable income.
Yeah.
So it's balanced for that.
Yeah,
That
that's how I would look at it too.
Yeah.
Because I'm not asking you guys to pay your rent and to pay your taxes and to.
So if you're poor like Vivi, then you get 2 paychecks later, you're able to afford a bottle of water. Oof.
Girl.
Yikes. I don't know. I mean, I know Feng wants to rest, but I don't want to lose the truck again.
Well, I've got 2 bees on it. One will tell us if the truck is moved, and the other's going to stick with the truck. So, whap.
I'll go get us some soda.
Should I call Will?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I will go buy some supplies.
Okay.
Because I'm rich.
We'll do the shopping first. What do you want to buy?
What are my options again? Please.
You just looking for items to restore AP?
Yes? Is there...
Okay.
Do you guys want other stuff?
How many G do you have?
240.
Holy shit.
I'm rich.
I thought I was doing good with 120. Damn.
I get 40 a day.
Yeah. So you can. Water's 20, restores 2 AP. Soda is 40, restores 5 AP.
Yeah, it does.
Those are the easiest ones you're gonna get. There's Dream Root,
Okay.
Fairy Dust, Lotus Dust, and Lotus. Those are equipment stuff that like you'd have to go to a specialist.
Wow, that equipment list goes off the rails really quickly, huh?
Yeah, the
Water,
next one is
soda,
Dream Root.
Lotus Dust, Dream Root. Now from Monster Energy.
Water and soda
Lotus
must be like
dust.
euphemisms for something else.
Well, then you get to the AP items, which are like bandages, medicine, ennui drink, pain reliever, strange ration.
Is that absinthe?
Ennui
Yes.
drink.
Yes, it is.
Does it cure ennui or does it give you ennui?
No, it gives you ennui because it inflicts the day's 6 condition on you when you drink it.
I'm going to
It's
That's
abs-
just be
market.
really popular in France.
I'm gonna
but,
market a beverage to millennials called ennui drink.
Ennui.
It's water.
Yes,
and then you get
it's a
like
bottle of
Look,
water.
Roy.
ennui.
you get into full on some like MMO stuff with like splash medicine, splash miracle, and miracle leaf.
Okay, I'm just gonna go to the convenience store.
Miracle Leaf. That's the street name, Miracle Leaf. Oh, sorry. Anyway.
It's Miracle Leaf. What could it cost?
You can also
$10?
buy some ether,
Oh, I know what that one is.
some Freya, some Sorosa.
I don't know what you're saying to me.
These are just names in here.
I heard
need to
Is
say
one of them
everybody's name.
ayahuasca?
Intense.
No, it's not. Unfortunately,
Just halfway down the list. Ayahuasca.
Mescaline? No? Okay.
Peyote.
It's really like it is some full on video game shit here.
Okay.
And I love it. So you just want some? You're looking at water and
Soda's 60? 60?
40.
40? And it brings back 5.
5.
Let's do that. What bandages do?
Bandages do 2 hit points for 20 G, or medicine is 5 hit points for 40 G.
Okay.
If you want some ennui drink, that's 50 G. It restores 10 hit points,
Don't.
but it gives you dazed.
No.
Get dazed or get cronk.
I'm gonna
Again,
get
10. It's double the amount of medicine for 10 extra G, but it does get you blitzed.
cool. That's probably bad. Okay. And then
It could be very fun,
And
roleplay
then-
wise. But anyway.
Pain relievers also do 10 HP for 50 gold, 50 G, but then like silence condition.
I'm gonna get 3 sodas
Okay,
and
so that's 120.
and then 2 things of medicine.
Okay, so that'd be
Those
another
are
80.
200.
Yeah, 200 total.
$200. Okay, that leaves me with 40 in case something comes
5
up.
cans of soda and some Advil.
Could save our lives.
Okay.
3 soda, 2 medicine.
All right, you get that. Back at the ranch, Penny, you're calling Will.
Yeah.
And buy some ramen.
Okay, get some ramen. No bonuses there. You call Will. Picks up after a moment. Yeah.
So, people that work for Stephanie just killed someone.
Penny, where? Okay. Where are you at right now?
Can I trust you to tell you?
Yeah, you can trust me.
I'm at a friend's house.
Okay.
His grandpa's the one that just got killed.
Shit. Is he the one that owns the shop?
Yeah.
Okay. You said Stephanie killed them?
Well, he's not actually dead. Well, he is, but he isn't.
Okay.
He's kind of a cat now. But anyway,
What?
don't worry about it. He saw them when they killed him. And they said that Stephanie will be really excited about this score.
Ah, shit. There are 3 of them?
Yep.
Ah,
Goggles, tattoos,
yeah.
and Spike. Yeah.
Those are Stephanie's moons. They work for her.
Oh. Then are we
Uh,
like Piper's moons?
Yeah.
Or is Piper a planet yet?
Technically, based on the vernacular reviews, yes, we've been referring to the 3 of you as Piper's moons.
That's actually a really good name for her band.
Yeah. Listen, the why did they take out or attack your friend?
Pretty sure they thought that he had some good stuff.
Okay. What do you need from me?
Does Mr. Constantine know about it, or did Stephanie do it, and should she be in trouble?
Stephanie runs a business, not unlike David, but hers cater to a different sort of clientele. Sort of a well, I won't beat around the bush. They're thieves and assassins, and they sort of work for her.
Oh.
International heists and hits and that sort of thing. Not all of them are anima users, but the 3 that work for her here in Miami, they're technically affiliated with the system.
So, were they doing it for Stephanie for work, or were they doing it for Mr. Constantine?
I don't imagine David would have known about it. He doesn't usually concern himself with the day-to-day of every member of the system. But I don't know. There's a lot of things that I don't know. But if you're about to tangle with these three, just be careful. They're a pretty nasty group.
Do you know what their animas do?
Yeah, I vetted them for David.
What's Goggles' deal?
That's Ricky. His code name is Ganymede. He's sort of a sharpshooter. From what I hear, he never misses.
His anima is a gun? I knew it.
I don't know exactly. It's something to do with his with his firearms proficiency. There's also a big bruiser runs with them. It's Sylvia. Her code is Europa. Her anima is essentially a big fucking minotaur. She does a lot of wet work, up close.
That's probably
personal,
how they
that
got
sort
in
of
the
stuff.
door.
But she's a tracker. When she sees someone, her anima can follow them pretty much forever.
Don't let her see us. Right.
Last one, Leah.
Spike.
Her code is Io. She's got this ability, I think she calls it metamorphosis. She can transform any creature into another living creature. Birds, squirrels, bugs, that sort of thing.
Can she turn people into those things?
Yeah,
Can she turn herself into those things?
as far as I know. She does a lot of espionage, that sort of stuff for Stephanie.
If she turned you into a bug and didn't turn you back, would you be a bug forever?
Probably.
Wow.
I don't know for sure, though.
Okay. I'll let you know when we're safe.
All right.
If you hear anything, especially if maybe Mr. Constantine's mad at Stephanie, let me know.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you know. We should probably talk soon, too, once everything kind of calms down. Delilah's in a meeting with David right now, giving her report. We'll talk later.
Okay.
Okay. Stay safe.
You too.
He hangs up.
Tromp back to the group.
Vivi! Vivi!
What?
Could you get me a towel?
Why didn't you bring a towel in with you?
I don't know where they are.
God damn it. Piper, why didn't you give him a towel?
Piper's at the store.
Piper's at the store.
I'm
Vivi.
cold.
I don't know where the towels are either.
Just come back to everyone screaming about
Is
towels.
she there? Is Penny there?
I think
walked
Penny
away
was
to make a
there.
phone call.
Yeah.
There's a closet right next to the bathroom.
Vivi opens the closet.
There's only sheets in here. Here, I'll just. It's fine. She just
They've been
grabs
one
a
of the
sheet
flat
and throws
ones.
it in.
No one uses those anyway.
Throws it in.
I was
Looking the other
waiting to see
direction.
if the resolution to this was going to be closets next to the bathroom, and then Vivi and Penny just step back and be like, "It's next to the bathroom. You can get it," and just waiting.
No.
I will come home at this point.
Yeah. So
What are you guys
Feng
yelling
is
about?
drying him off with your spare sheets.
It's fine.
We couldn't find the towels.
What?
We couldn't find the towels.
They're in the closet in the bathroom.
Oh, there's a closet in the bathroom. Fang, I bet you feel silly now.
Fang has the sheet wrapped over him like a toga as he walks out, holding his clothes under one arm.
Those are silk.
Oh. No wonder it feels comfortable.
Everyone's eyes grow 3 times the size. Everyone gets a nosebleed, etc.
Cat Grandpa comes up. All right, so what's going on?
They work for Stephanie. They're her moons. That's what we are too. We're moons. Not you, Piper. You're a planet. But I don't know what name your planet is yet. But we're moons.
Piper gets to be a planet? How come? Never mind, it's fine.
So, Goggles is named Ricky, and he's a jerk. His codename's Ganymede. And his anima is a gun.
I knew it.
And he never misses.
I told you an anima could be a gun.
That's what I said. Tats is Sylvia, codename Europa. She's a minotaur. Anima, which is probably how they broke down the door. Also, if her anima sees you, then it can track you forever. So, maybe we shouldn't let Sylvia's anima see us.
I'm sorry, did you say a minotaur?
Yeah.
Like the big,
Bull person? Yeah.
like labyrinths.
Yeah.
What
Which
the
is,
heck?
again, probably how the door, busted open. Sort of turns to cat grandma. Grandma. Cat grandma. Grandma's a cat now, too. Cat grandpa. Would that make sense? A big minotaur bursting down the door?
Like a literal bull rush.
Grandpa
A
just
literal
kind of
bull
like,
in a china shop.
Grandpa, as you ask if that makes sense, Grandpa just looks up at you, looks down at their cat body, looks up at you again. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, we probably don't want to be recognized. And then Spikes is named Leah, codename Io. She can transform people and animals and herself into other people and animals and herself. And if she turns you into a bug, you could be a bug forever.
You know, or however long a bug lives.
Hopefully not a mayfly.
I don't like bugs.
Mayflies are one of those bugs that only lives for like a day, right?
I don't mind bugs, but I don't want to be one.
Except Vespa. Vespa's chill.
No offense, Vespa. It's not for me.
I don't think Vespa really counts as a bug.
True.
They're more bug adjacent.
So what are we gonna do?
Hard, hit him fast.
Will
Maybe
said
single
just-
them out one by one.
Will said be really careful. They are very dangerous.
What did you say
Well-
about David?
Delilah was in a meeting with him right now, but apparently Stephanie and the Moons, they have their own business. So they kind of do their own thing anyway, and David might not know about all of it. They make money on stealing from and killing people and getting stuff that costs a lot of money.
Cool.
But not everyone that works for her is an anima user. But these 3 are.
But everyone who works for her is a murderer.
They don't sound like good people, no. I do think we have to beat them up, Feng.
I really want to throw them in the mirror.
Can we beat them up and then throw them in the mirror?
Oh, yeah, that's the plan.
That way they're beaten up, and so they might not come back.
Well, on that note, we should probably be aware of the fact that the Minotaur has probably already seen Piper. She's kind of a public figure, so.
Probably
Oh.
the reason why they know Piper's still in the city.
Mm-hmm.
I think they know where I live.
They'll see us coming.
They'll see Piper coming.
Grandpa, how do you unlock the lock you put on the trailer?
Oh, has a verbal password, passcode.
I think he wants to know what the passcode is.
Juniper.
Does that mean anything to me?
Probably not. No.
Okay.
It's a. Don't ask.
Alright. Alright. Threat assessment. Bug person first, or the sniper first?
God, I don't know. That just seems. Can we just do them all at once?
Ideally, yes.
Because I
I mean-
don't want to be a bug or get shot.
Well, the good news is if you do get shot, I can extend the armor to you.
So, bug person first, I guess?
It might not block all the damage, but it'll not kill you outright.
Whoever we do first, we just have to make sure that the Minotaur person doesn't get away. Because if we have to run, then she'll find us.
Maybe we should get the gun person first, because. I mean, like, getting shot just sounds like it would hurt a lot. But, living a long life for a bug, that doesn't seem like a bad way to go.
Well, she might turn us into a bug and then step on us.
Ugh, that sounds even worse.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near closer to a decision.
Bug then gun.
I was going to vamp until someone else decided something. That's Sid talking, not.
So
We're both vamping characters. We don't make decisions.
the weird shapeshifter
This got really meta.
and the gun.
Yeah.
Then the Minotaur.
Bug,
We-
gun, Minotaur.
We sound insane.
Got it.
Welcome to the last couple of months of being part of the Anima Squad.
People have been telling me I'm crazy for about 6 months. Let's go.
Oh, hands out sodas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Everyone gets a refreshing Mr. Pibb.
What do the sodas do?
Plus 5 AP.
Ho ho.
Piper would buy Dr. Pepper.
Hell yeah.
Girl.
When was Mellow Yellow around?
I didn't know you wanted.
It's
worse
still
soda.
around.
Is Pepsi okay?
When it started.
Would not buy Mr.
Oh no,
Pibb.
it's
What
the
did we
late,
decide?
it's the early 2000s surge.
Surge.
No, we decided that the ones that give you AP is exclusively Surge.
Yes.
What about Crystal Pepsi?
No.
No, actually,
That's what the water is.
Yeah, that's the ennui water. It's actually Crystal Pepsi.
All right, you all in unison, the four of you crack open your Dr. Peppers or your Surge, down them,
Oh,
crush them.
I only got
I'm-
3 for them.
I'm
Oh,
good.
sorry.
I'm at full.
I
I'm
was
okay
down.
for now. I was gonna wait until I needed it, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna hold
Just hang on to it.
Two of you in in unison.
Just
Crack
to riff
open
a
a
little
Surge?
bit more, could Ennui Water be Four Loco because it was produced in 2005?
Oh no!
Oh,
It's like the old school Four Loco with energy and alcohol in it.
That's
Can
the one
you
that
imagine-
heals you but gets you.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine
Wasted.
Vivi on Four Loco?
that would be.
God.
I thought
Bad.
I thought that was Vivi's secret, was that she was always drinking Four Loco.
That's my secret.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always on Four Loco.
Are you
I'm willing to
alive?
play with time a bit and say that in this timeline, Four Loco has that is based on all the time travel shenanigans. That's the one like most persistent thing that's happened is Four Loco was developed
Earlier
5
and
years
earlier.
sooner. Yeah.
I love it.
If we go back in time enough times, she will she will have a flashback to drinking Four Loco in the 30s.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was our only
End of-
pleasure at the time.
End of Prohibition. Everyone cracks open a Four Loco.
It's what caused
And-
the prohibition.
And
Four
then
Loco caused prohibition.
humanity.
Are we trying to go on break right now? We are so off the rails.
And then
Yeah, I think that's where we're heading.
humanity died out in 1945.
This is the worst timeline.
God.
Miss
All right.
Persimmon saved me.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take our break there, guys, so we can hopefully get back on the rails and come back for some murder.
Where we're
in
going, we
the-
don't need rails.
in the second half of the session. So everyone, hang out with us, and we will return in just a few minutes. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Saturday Night Star Power. I almost said the wrong name of the show again. Thanks for hanging out with us on our break. Let's go ahead and get back into it. You guys have done a little bit of planning. You have found the assassins of Grandpa. You are gearing up, knocking back some sodas, and ready to go for this this hit you're about to do. Was there anything else before you guys all pile into the truck and head over to where you located this hit squad? No. All right. So you all get in I assume Piper's discreet car Escalade.
The black one.
The black one. And come rolling up to. This is probably like mid-afternoon now, because you guys nobody slept, right? We're just doing the sodas. Okay. Come rolling up to this this furniture depot, this furniture warehouse that used to exist here on the Miami Strip. The truck looks like it's still there under the tarp at the end of the alley as you kind of cruise, slow roll by. Looks like there's still another, probably a different guard, but there is a guard posted there at the end of the alley still. And you find a place like a block over to park Piper's car while you consider how you're going to approach. You come into your range with the bees, Vivi, and you get a little bit of a a status update on everything that's happened since you have left. The guard that was out there was replaced by somebody else. They did see one figure come out matching the description of Sylvia, who left the store about 45 minutes ago and hasn't come back yet.
That's kind of good, actually. Because that means that at most there's the two of them and then maybe like a guard or two. So we can outnumber them, and then like maybe Sylvia will get back and we can... Right?
Makes sense to me.
Or we leave before she even gets back, and that way she can't track anyone.
I guess that's also true.
All comes down to who's left inside the building.
I could scout ahead if you want.
Maybe we should see how many people we're talking about.
All right. Vivi's going to sneak up to a wall somewhere, and she's going to send her bees in so that she's like within range of them, so that she can get like updates.
I know we talked about this a while back. Like junction powers between anima users.
Okay.
If I focus and spend an extra anima point, can I channel through the bees?
So you want to essentially like...
Gotta grab my antenna though.
Oh, this feels weird.
So you're telling me.
So you're essentially wanting to send the bees in and then sending this like doing like your aura pulse thing again to kind of pinpoint where people are inside the building. Okay. Yeah, we talked about doing this before, I remember, and then we promptly never made any rules for how we would do this. But I do like the idea. What I will say, so I'm going to want Vivi to make a roll for the keeping the bees out of sight, because now it is actually a concern because there are anima users potentially in this building, is keeping the bees out of sight once they have infiltrated. I think you guys can combo your powers here. I don't think there's anything I really need Feng to roll in this situation. But yeah, you can spend the AP and get that effect and add that effect onto this.
They're basically going to be a conduit for his power.
Yes.
So like she needs to do a stealth as they're like going bwom 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 up in the corner.
Where Black Tortoise has one bwom, it's like bwoms to the flutter of the wings.
All right. What should I roll? Should this just be Vespa or should it be me and Vespa?
This will be a junction, yeah. So it'll be you and Vespa.
Dex and speed.
So Dex and speed, yeah.
Okay, I can do that. That's an 8.
8, okay.
This is gonna feel really weird, Vivi.
Boy, 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 boy.
So
Whoa. Bees are so powerful.
V can see everything.
Bee can hear colors and see sound.
Bee can see God now.
Oh,
all right.
Bee can become God now. Be a
All
kidding.
right.
Be right back.
No, I love them.
They're amazing.
Feng, don't pull on the antenna.
So as we're in this image, I'm imagining you guys are in like a building over, have ducked out a different alleyway. Feng's just standing behind Vivi, hands on the antenna.
Attituding her around.
Yeah.
Whoa!
And yeah, you send in a small swarm of these of your bees into the building, which is easy enough to get inside. They find a ventilation duct on the roof and swarm their way in and begin to kind of spread out, sending out these tiny like precision pulses through there. And Feng and Vivi, you're both getting this image in your mind's eye as Vespa sends this telepathic signal back to you of what they are seeing in here as well. And the second floor, it looks like there's 2 floors to the building. The first floor has it looks like it's mostly like it's got the storage area and then like the main warehouse area where they would actually have had like the displays and stuff. Both very open spaces, not a lot of cover or anything from the entrance to the back of the store. There's the main entrance out front that is on the street that is currently shuttered. So it looks like the only active entrance to the building is the one doorway on the side of the alley where the truck is parked. That leads into the back of the store. There's one guard there in the alley. There are 2 people in the back of the store. There is 1 person in the front of the store, and there are 2 people upstairs. Based on the readings that you get using your aura, because we already decided that Feng, you kind of sense auras differently based on like if the person has anima abilities. The 4 people downstairs don't seem like anima users. The 3 that are inside are kind of, looks like they're kind of casually, they don't seem like they're on watch or on guard or anything. They just seem like they're like hanging around. You can't really tell exactly what they're doing, but the 2 that are in the back near the entrance are sitting at a table. The one that is by themselves in the front of the store looks like they're like on a couch or something. The 2 upstairs that are both sitting at a table up there, they do give readings of anima users. And you're gathering that is probably Ricky, Leah.
I think Ricky and Leah are there.
I'm sort of imagining in, what is it, the Dark Knight with the readings that the
Detective vision.
The detective vision at the end where he sees the full readout of the cell phone signals, like that's kind of the vision that you are getting here of all of them. You just don't have Morgan Freeman in your ear telling you
What's going on.
Unless Savannah wants to really change Vespa's voice. No? Okay.
Looks like there's about 6 non-anima users there. If they're with Sylvia's crew, I have no remorse.
4. There are 4.
Well, 4 non-anima users in there. I have no remorse.
Be our Batman. Hush, Vespa.
Sorry.
6 total. With
It's
the
okay, I love you.
users.
Yeah. 4 downstairs, 4 non-anima users, 2 anima users.
Try to talk our way past them.
Oh, I was just gonna say hey and then punch the dude in the face that's standing guard. Really hard. We can't hear you, Sid.
You're muted.
Yep, still can't hear you. Oh, there you go.
Really?
Yeah,
Now
there
we
you go.
can.
Now we can hear you.
Okay. My microphone is now like in my face. Okay, this is weird. Anyway. We might be looking at this the wrong way.
What do you mean?
We just need to get what's out of the truck, right?
Well, yeah, but also they'll come kill us? Me
Don't get me wrong.
specifically.
It'd be really cheeky for us to just steal the truck and leave.
That'd be hilarious.
It'd be so funny. But we
then they would
probably
come
should take
after and fight
advantage
for
of them
you.
not all being together right now.
That makes sense.
Then again, non-anima users can be real trouble for us. They have guns. Probably.
Well, apparently the anime users have guns too, so.
Well, what if I try to sneak in through the upstairs?
Could let AIM take care of it.
We can't keep on calling Eamon for this.
But
They're
they
gonna
want
just
us
get a
to.
collection of anima users to brainwash into their own personal anima army.
About to swat these motherfuckers.
What? Anima users wouldn't work for them. Oh.
That's why I said brainwash.
So all we need to do is get to whatever their names are. Goggles and Spike.
I'm thinking.
I just don't want to kill anybody.
I doubt they have the same reservations about us.
Doesn't make it right.
Yeah, but it's kill or be killed.
Who says we need to kill them? We could just knock them out and then huff their bodies into the mirror.
It's knock them out and huck their bodies into
You
the
wanna send
mirror
a-
or be killed.
You want to send a bunch of the people downstairs? You want to send a bunch of just regular humans into the Mirage?
Who work for Sylvia, who runs an assassin company?
Can humans even survive in the Mirage?
Probably not.
I mean, are we not humans?
Hmm.
The anima provide us some monochrome of protection.
Always feel like a human.
Monochrome. Are we humans or are we dancers?
I don't know if that
What?
song came out quite yet.
That was RJ.
I'll check.
I mean, easiest thing to do, I guess, is just to go in and beat them up. But I think we should start on the top floor.
I agree.
I think Vivi's
Alright.
right.
Let's go see if there's a skylight.
Stealth.
Uh,
Mission. Stealth. Mission.
With
I
the
asked
bees
my-
going upstairs, I would say you would already know that there is a yeah, I'd say there is like a one skylight above this like employee lounge area on the top floor of the store.
Hell yeah. We go up the fire escape and we peer down through the skylight.
Wow, that was easier than I thought.
It's a lot harder in skates.
Why do you own shoes?
Skates. Yes.
Yes, but there's wheels attached to them.
Uh,
Keep up. That's
who-
what skates are.
Who all is going? Is everyone going up to the store to look through? Going up to the roof?
Maybe.
Feng, I mean.
Raise your hands if you're going to the roof.
maybe
Sorry, I'm
stay
losing my
down
mind over. That's what skates are. Keep up. You idiot. Piper. You walnut.
I've only been in this time for 6 months and I know what skates are.
Absolute sausage.
Sorry, it just really fucking got me.
That's really good.
I guess should we all just go?
Should Penny stay down and then maybe like give her the verbal? Oh, wait, she already has it. It's Juniper. Got it. So in case we need to just grab shit and run, someone can do that. Also, if you all fall off of the roof, she can see you fall and do her thing and then throw you back up so you don't fall.
So you fall later.
You fall later.
Why would we fall off the roof?
I don't
Seagulls.
know. Weirder things have happened to us before.
I mean, that's fair. Okay. Sounds okay to me.
cool.
Okay. Ugh.
All right. Anyone else going up the roof? With the roof. We are gonna. I do want those people to roll to try to stay quiet and undetected.
Vega,
Oh, yeah.
but
Assuming you are trying to do that, but yes. If it's just you, you're just rolling dexterity. If you are somehow using your anima, we'll negotiate how we do that junction.
Vega seems bad for this.
Vega does control sound, though, so I assume they could also do, like, sound dampening.
Negation.
Yeah, I do.
It just fucking hits the mute button.
I do have Vega can manipulate sound. Ooh.
Yeah.
Just
If anything,
whispering.
I think Vega is...
It's oh so quiet.
I do like that Vega has either, like, a noise-canceling button or, like, a mute button that suddenly everything just kind of goes... "Wha-"
Perfect.
You roll, buddy.
And it's also fun because it's basically just Vega being all like, everybody shut up. Piper's gonna say something.
Shut the fuck up right now.
So I will say you can roll a Dex plus power. And actually, do your power roll separately, because what I will essentially give you here, because you're spending the AP to use your ability with this, you can add whatever you roll to power to everyone else's.
Okay. It'll show the individual dice, right?
Dex roll. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's probably
That's
just
a cool thing about roll. Okay.
I got a 10 on my dex.
Which
Nice.
one am I adding?
power.
I rolled a 12 on power,
Oh shit.
Holy fuck.
and then total 15.
4 on Dex, 3 on power, total 7.
Oh, so you're just adding Piper's power. To
Oh,
it. So you
Add
just-
12 to whatever you just rolled.
Yeah.
The two
So
of you.
just your Dex. Only Piper had to do the
19.
junction for this one with her ability. So yeah, you guys
yeah.
are.
I
Everyone else can
imagine
save the AP.
there's just a bubble of like sound dampening around us, and outside of it, it is absolutely quiet. But within the bubble, we can hear the sound of silence by Simon and Garfunkel playing.
No, it's
yeah.
so quiet we can only stay in here for so long, or we will lose our minds.
Yes. So absolutely quietly. I mean, maybe both. You lose. You are driven to the point of insanity from the silence that you are beginning to hear Simon and Garfunkel, just for no
Just,
reason.
just when it gets to the limit, Vega just very quietly starts playing Simon and Garfunkel. Calm it right down.
Slow zoom on Vivi's face. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Who's taking the lead here? Who's running point? Okay.
I'm pointing at RJ.
Feng. Roll me an intelligence check. Or
Intelligence?
just Feng's general awareness right now. Yes.
4 awareness.
Okay. Let me look at my target numbers. Yeah. Two things are going to happen here, which are actually going to be really convenient for you guys, but a little bit inconvenient. You, in this bubble of silence, you come stepping forward. Feng, leading the charge, takes a step. You guys don't hear anything, but you see this flash next to Feng as he sets off the proximity mine that was placed at the top of the stairs, essentially a claymore, at the top of the stairs here, and it detonates, sort of blasting Feng. Your
Yes!
defense
Oh
is
yeah, a little inconvenient.
Yes! Yes!
Like a mine.
I got hit really hard.
you did. What's your defense again?
A
'Cause I think it-
12.
Okay, your defense is high enough that you don't take any damage from this.
The mine goes off. Fang's clothes are shred.
I think Feng is actually blasted. Well, you guys are heading up the fire escape. I think Feng is blasted off of the fire escape. and just goes like again completely silent because you're within the bubble, is just sent flying off the roof of the building.
Does he smash into the adjacent building and
Well,
like form a
yes.
The
crater?
whole reason that Penny stayed down was in case one of us fell off the damn roof.
Would she see him go flying?
Yeah, I mean you were specifically looking out for them. So yeah, you watch Feng go flying off the roof and smashing into the adjacent building. And there's like a crack that forms there, and then he begins to fall down in the alleyway below.
Can I have? Can Omega just catch him instead?
Yeah, you could do that instead. I would say let's make a defense roll for Omega, and I think this would be Penny's. I'm gonna go with your intelligence, based on your perceptiveness and like how quick you react to this.
And defense. Okay. Well, that's an 18. I rolled a 12 out of 12.
Very good.
Nice. So, how do you envision this, like, Omega catching Feng?
Okay. So she's looking around, like she's like half a block away, like just looking and kind of keeping an eye on the truck of like, okay, like if these guys run upstairs to go help the fight, well then I'll just open the truck, get what we need, and just make sure that gets out of there first things first. But then just sees and catches her eye out of the corner of her eye, and she goes, "Oh no!" I like since Omega always sort of springs out for Penny, like a rubber band, and then it's just this big force. She'll spring it out, and then he'll sort of turn on his side like a trampoline, and just sling under him and catch him.
Yeah, I was imagining, but like not necessarily like a physical, but like time slow. Like Feng
It's a
slows.
time bubble.
Yes.
Like I'm pulling from some Jujutsu Kaisen, where the closer you get to
Fucking
Omega, the more you slow
Infinity.
down. So yeah, and he just slows and slows and slows until he gets just above Omega, where he's almost like completely at a stop, and then Omega releases it, and Feng falls the next like 2 feet and lands in the alleyway. Again, clothes shredded, completely like blasted, like hair just askew, but Black Tortoise, you manifested just in time to take the impacts, and the armor sort of keeping you from taking any actual damage.
Who the fuck puts a claymore there? Actual RJ circa 2001 playing Black Ops.
But again, completely silent. There's damage to the fire escape, and the whole thing kind of like leans a little bit, but it stays there. But no sound has been made. You don't imagine. I mean, Penny on the street, you didn't hear anything happen except for Feng hitting the ground.
Vivi turns to her bees and says,
All right, girls, that's the kind of thing that we need to be looking out for when we're scouting ahead.
We should get onto the roof.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
This is gonna fall.
yeah. It's like,
but
Vega.
I just wondered why they walk up things. And he'll manifest Black Tortoise, grab onto her staff, and just levitate up.
And you all reach the roof. Feng deposited by Black Tortoise.
Oh my god, are you
next to you all.
okay?
Lost my hat.
I'll buy
smash
you
cut
another hat.
Penny.
I'll get you another hat. You just got blown up.
It's not the worst that happened to me.
Hey, guys.
camera, zoop. Vivi's over by the skylight. She points in. What does Vivi see?
You peer down through this kind of it's dirty. It doesn't look like it's been cleaned for a long time. You silently scrub a little spot clean and peer in, and you can see the interior lit by a couple of fluorescent ceiling lights, showing a it looks like some sort of like employee, or what would have been an employee like break area. There are a couple of white like laminate tables to the sides. A couple of couches have been moved up here and forming a little like box shape in the center. There is the flickering of a television across the room, and you see currently sitting in one of the on one of the couches is Ricky, who has his feet kicked up on a table at the center and is currently playing on would it just be a PlayStation in 2001?
PS2 was out by then, I think.
Okay.
And Call of Duty on his PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2000 is the release of the PS2.
Okay. Has a PS2. He's currently playing on while sitting at one of the like tables is Leah, who has a computer that she is currently working on. Nobody else is up at the top. There are a couple like bottles laying around, some cans. Looks like it's a pretty frequented space by this crew.
Do my bees see a gun?
Oh yeah. Around there's a closet on the side of the room over where like Leah is right now. That is locked. One of your bees, we'll say, like kind of scoots under the door. Looks like there's a lot of munitions in here. More of those boom boom cubes that they saw outside that they now know to be aware of are in there, I guess, rectangles. And there's also some rifles and other like hardware and stuff there that a operation like this would have, all kind of stored in here. Out in the main room, it does look like laying on the table, not the one Leah's at, but the one that's like right behind where Ricky is. There are a couple of guns that look like they were in the process of like being cleaned, and some other there's like a holster sitting there with a pistol in it.
They're completely unprepared for us. All right. The closet is locked.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. All right. Vivi will inform her friends of that.
Which means the Minotaur person isn't here.
No.
They would have detected Piper coming. Hey, Val, I want to paint you a picture.
Uh-oh.
Please do.
I want
I get
Feng
so
to go
afraid when you say that.
smashing through the skyline, aiming for Ricky's legs.
Jeez. Just gonna pencil dive onto this guy's legs?
No, he's gonna go down boots first.
Motherfucker's just trying to play Sly Cooper.
That was my PS2, and I'm gonna say that narratively. Kill my grandpa.
Yes, no, I love it. It is your PS2 that he is playing on. I love it. Do you
This just got personal.
So you just do this right now? No deliberation.
I mean, if it's go time, it's go time.
All right. So Vivi turns
you
to them.
don't tell everyone else it's go time.
Vivi turns around to start briefing him on everything. It's like, okay, so there's more crash.
And you just see Feng.
Oh, but wait,
leap.
can they hear the window break? Because we all right there.
I guess not. I guess like he leaps into the air and smashes through the window completely silently. Ricky doesn't even react to it as Feng is coming crashing down on top. Feng, I'm going to need you to make there's going to be an attack involved in this for an accuracy roll.
Please.
I just look at Vivi.
If he's gonna look at you briefly and jump in.
10. Yeah, 10. 12 to hit.
12. Okay. Because that is exactly their initiative. So here's how this pops off. Let me get some more action music playing. And Penny, you are out on the street watching this all happen. You can decide how you want to react. I have something for you in a moment.
Oh.
Guns.
That was
Lots
only
of
vaguely
guns.
threatening.
It's very threatening, particularly since there's a third unaccounted for person. I didn't like the way you looked at me just then.
There is a silent fracturing of this skylight as Fang crashes down through it, straight down onto Ricky's legs, currently propped up on the table. And go and roll damage for me.
Knees aren't supposed to bend this way.
No.
Straight. Oh, I need to close that. Strength. Defense, right? My brain stopped working, yes. -2. I deal 7 damage.
Okay. His defense is 6, so
1.
1 point of damage.
He got strong legs.
Boy got
That's so
games
strong.
for days.
All right, here's what happens.
He's got robot.
Turns out he's not skinny, he's just wearing Jinkos. Because they're the only jeans that'll fit his legs. I'm sorry.
Come crashing down, and just as you're about to hit the leg, or like crash onto his leg, you see a shimmering form as this. Again, like you can see the shimmering form of an anima sort of intercepting you as it is taking form, and what you see is essentially a long cylinder. You see a rifle forming in his lap. I'm not going to try to go over top trying to describe it, which essentially takes the brunt of the impact. He is still crushed underneath you, and the whole couch, the legs fracture underneath, the coffee table shatters. The PlayStation's probably not going to survive this either, but if you couldn't have it, no one can have it.
My next move would have been to unplug it from the wall. That bastard probably hadn't made a save point yet.
But the PlayStation is thrown from the coffee table, like catapulted from it in the ensuing carnage, and the whole room just explodes into chaos with this. We're going to roll initiative now and see how this all plays out. So I would like everyone to roll initiative.
No, that's Dex and Speed, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I thought so.
Oh, get fucked.
All right.
If you insist. All right, let's shout them out.
12.
16.
It added dice to the one before. It didn't clear them. So
okay.
I'm confused now.
You have to close and then reopen the thing.
Okay.
3.
Piper.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
She's too busy looking into the camera like it's The Office.
Yes. Yes.
Also, mind you,
Because Vivi's supposed to be there and she jumped in after Fang.
9.
You full on Jim right now. Okay, so was that a 16 from
Say,
Vespa again?
Piper didn't hear him.
16 from moi.
Oh, okay. So it was a 12 from Vespa at the 12 and Fang at the 16. Nice. Okay. All right. So Feng, you crash down, shards of glass crashing around you. Ricky, looking up from the ground, from the half broken couch, you can see the anima sort of manifesting. Is a long, essentially a like a
Beretta 50 cal.
like essentially a 50 cal like resting across his body that's like deflected most of your impact, and a set of goggles that are loosely sort of draped around their neck right now. And he's looking at you just shocked. What do you do?
I hit him.
Meh.
Fair.
14.
14 will do it. Go ahead and roll damage again.
Oh shit. How do I click my modifier again to take it off? Yes, I do. Ha ha ha.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 17.
Okay, so it's 11 points of damage. Yikes. Okay, so Black
He
Tortoise just
drops down, and as he's about to reel back, Black Tortoise grabs the rifle off his back and hits him with it, and then releases it.
I love it. Yeah, just wham right across the face, blood spewing across the floor. Looks like you probably broke a couple of teeth. Ricky has not been able to get oriented, get his bearings again, and that does a lot of damage. You have one more action that you can use to do something else. If you want to move or anything.
I'm going to use 2 AP and extend my defense to Vivi.
Oh, okay.
That's really generous.
So you can add 12 to whatever you have
What?
as your AC or defense.
I only have a 3.
That's not a
No.
modifier. That's
It's not. It's my defense gets added onto yours.
Okay, so-
if you get hit, you just reduce that much
by 12.
by 12 and your defense.
Yeah.
Okay, explain it again when something actually hits me because it's
Okay.
not
Yeah.
clicking right now.
What is your defense right now?
Oh, do you have to roll for your
No,
defense?
It just flans it out. So what's your defense
Oh.
now?
I don't know what my defense is.
What's the dice?
I don't think
what's
I've
the
ever
die?
been attacked before. Oh, defense.
Ah.
It's an actual stat.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god. Huh, it's 8 or 6. It's 6.
So
It's a
you
D6.
have effectively an 18.
18.
18.
Okay.
So if someone does 18 points of damage to you, they do no damage to you.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Vivi's actually gotten hit by anything at this point.
I run from everything.
Okay, that is Fang's turn. So I'm imagining this like the armor of Black Tortoise sort of forming like a on Vivi as she kind of goes charging or descending down from the roof as well.
This is meta as hell.
What do you do, Vivi? Because it is your turn now.
Well, there's one other anima user in this room, so Vivi's going to descend on Spike. And as she does so, she's going to use her second ability, the one that costs 2 power points. Let's see, what did I call this? Stinger. She's going to use her stinger. Essentially, she draws a circle in the air using her scarf, and it basically draws one big circle with 5 smaller circles inside, and each one of these circles is a different color. And she turns it until it gets to a particular color, which I'm going to choose in a second here. I've got a question. During my scouting phase, could I possibly have found out maybe what class of anima Spike has? I'm guessing she's either a magician or something. Are they classified that way, or
Yeah. They have the same classifications that you guys do.
Okay, so is she a magician? Would I be able to find out?
Fang's power does let him read anima abilities and things like that. I'll say if Fang spends another AP retroactively, I'll say that you could have found that out. So yes, actually she is. That is her designation.
I thought so. Okay, she's going to turn this revolver, because that's basically what it is, until the yellow circle is at the top. And then
Okay.
she's going to clap her hands together, and there's a sound like a gunshot as she shoots a bee directly at her. And she's going to try and inflict the dazed condition onto her.
Okay. So we'll do roll accuracy to attack.
Okay. That, and then that, and then that. Yeah. That's going to be a, show me my total. I can't do math. 16 to hit.
That does hit. So are we doing it? Did we talk about whether it is damage and the condition or just the condition?
I want to say it's both.
Yeah.
Because
so
technically you can do this without having a power to do so.
yeah.
So
But
we
you're
might
spending
need
the
to
additional
discuss
AP.
this.
No, I like this because you're spending the additional AP to have, because conditions you can kind of stepping back. You could do the conditions like narratively and stuff. You have like a specific power that's letting you inflict them every time without having to set things up like in narrative for how you're inflicting like this specific condition. So I like that, but I think it would be nerfing it too much if I said you didn't also do damage. So because you're spending 2 AP to use this power, yes, you roll your damage as well, and then we'll do the
Damage. Okay.
condition.
Yeah, I got it. All right. Okay. All right. Here I go. And roll them. That's going to be a 9.
9. Okay. Her defense is an 8. So she takes 1 point of damage. But you inflict you said the dazed condition?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the one that will reduce her int die by 1 size.
And it's unfortunate that dazed is the yellow color, because like it basically is just a yellow bee gets shot at her, but like the bees turn different colors for different conditions.
Does the bee just like, does Vespa just like scream like "wee" as they're like shot out in this?
I'll say that their stripes are no longer just like little stripes; they're like zigzags. They look like little lightning bolts on the sides of them, and then like when it like impacts with her, it like has like an electric effect to it.
God, that is anime as hell. This is some Naruto shit that is going on right now. Yeah. as you send this bee out, and Io or Leah, her anima Io, manifests to try to deflect her. It is this pure white sort of amorphous humanoid form, with these like piercing golden eyes that manifests for a second, tries to deflect it, and you see like takes the impact with an arm, but you can see the stinger does drive into her arm as well, and you can see a corresponding injury manifest on Leah, or Spike as you guys have renamed my NPC, and as soon as that happens, she turns in your direction, and she's about to stand up from the table, and she just kind of staggers back down and looks at her arm, and you can see this kind of this yellow like lines running along her arm, like veins that disappear under her clothes. Okay, so did we attribute a number, or did we say that the number was going to be based on the roll for the day's condition?
I don't think we decided anything.
I don't think we did, but I'm thinking that the best way to do it is whatever your intelligence or whatever your anima's dice is, because you attack with dex and speed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever you roll on your anima's speed die will be the condition level.
All right, it would be
so
9 then.
9. Okay, so she has a day's 9 condition. The number doesn't mean anything for you guys. It's just for me knowing if she recovers from it. All right, wonderful. And just in case you didn't know this, you can continue to inflict if you stack the conditions. The die size will continue to go down. So you can keep doing that too.
All right.
That is. Oh, you have one more action. If there's something else.
As my other action, I'm gonna like basically table flip the table with all of the guns on it, and try and like kind of toss the guns to the other side of the room, away from anybody who would use them against us, essentially.
Okay.
And then like drag that table to like take cover behind.
Okay. Yeah, you flip the table, guns flying all over the room, and in that slow motion, you duck behind the table, trying to get out of sight. That will make it Ricky's turn, because Ricky has a 12 in initiative, and Ricky, looking up at Feng, looking very bad right now, blood kind of streaming across his teeth, kind of smiles up at you. He grabs his goggles and sort of yanks them over his eyes, points like thumb and pointer finger at you, and just click bang with their finger, and you hear a corresponding explosion across the room as their gun fires, and the bullet snakes around the room and goes firing straight towards Feng. So he is going to make an accuracy roll. You.
He's doing a wanted.
He is doing a wanted. He can curve the bullets at will.
No, Will's an old man. Don't do that.
God damn it.
Don't curve them at will.
Don't grab them at Will. Will's a nice man.
Zooms off and hits Will somewhere.
We've already killed one old man.
I know.
That might not hit you, actually, though. That's 12. That's 13.
16.
Yeah, that I think it's dead on target. You get a slow motion of the bullet coming in straight to Feng's head.
Backhands it out of the air, and the armor of Tortoise appears at the same time.
Yeah. The armor forming around your forearm as your hand swipes up, still looking down at Ricky, hits the bullet, and the bullet ricochets off of your arm and impacts the wall on the other side of the room. And Ricky, looking now very scared because his one-shot kill did not work, and he staggers with his second action, I think just clambering out from underneath you and starting to run, trying to get as much distance between the two of you. I think heads to the other side of the room and starts like running down the stairs away from you. That is going to be Ricky's turn. So the next on the order out of you guys was a 9. So that means, Leah's going to go first because hers is a 10. So Leah is not very enthused about Vespa or Vivi, and as you're ducked behind this table, you see that same white humanoid form morph through the table and come and like reach out to grab onto you. She's going to make an attack, which now is her intelligence reduced to a D8. So D10, 8. That is, man, that's like 12 minus 2 is 10. So that misses you, I believe, because you rolled a 12 with initiative. So just dodging out of the way, leaping back, the arm clasps at the air. I'm actually going to say kind of grabs onto the table instead as you roll to the side, and the entire table that they're kind of half morphed into transforms. And what would she have been trying to turn you into? The table just kind of morphs around and kind of spins in the air, and you just see a pile of worms on the ground where the table once was, just kind of slinking away.
Yep, we should have gone for her first.
She turns around, heads to the ammo door, pulls out a set of keys, and unlocks the door with her other action. So she opens up the ammunitions room. That is her turn. Penny. it is your go. You
The folks downstairs heard any of this?
you hear crashing and a gunshot from inside. You can only imagine that they did as well.
Okay.
There's an alleyway. You're around the corner from the alley where you know one of the guards is with the truck.
Mm-hmm.
I think you hear just somebody shout over there, "Hey, what's going on in there?" What are you doing?
Kind of want to sneak into the truck and just get our shit. Oh no, I fucking can't. We put the goddamn pyramid in the mirror, didn't we?
Steal the truck.
We put it
Steal
in a
the truck.
trunk, and then we put the trunk in the mirror.
Yeah.
And the mirror's in the truck.
And the mirrors in the truck.
So it's in the trunk and the mirror
And a
in the
hole
truck.
in the ground.
And the green grass grows all around. Yeah, is there any way to take a look-see about if the guard is are looking at, you know, the back of the truck?
Yeah, so you using your one action to move, you come around the corner of the building and you peer around. You see that guard that was posted by the truck has moved to the door, or is like they haven't taken their turn yet, so they're still there. They're in the process of moving to the door of the building, away from the truck, to check out what's going on inside.
But they're turned away.
They're about to be, yeah.
Okay. Can I use the rest of my very copious movement to slip to the back of the truck and say Juniper?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do it. So you try to do this like stealthily.
Yes.
Okay. We'll do a. If you're using a mega here, so we'll do dex
Uncheck.
speed. Yeah, dex speed to try to do this stealthily.
Come on, Omega. Wait. Dex. 9.
9. Okay. Sorry, I've changed up the music here. 9. You do avoid their detection. Yeah. Slip behind them. I think Omega sort of distorting the fabric of space and time around you. You slink silently, sort of like disappearing and reappearing in several spots until you're right behind the truck. And you whisper as the guard heads inside, whisper Juniper to the lock, which click unhinges.
I have one more action.
Sure, I'll say that was one action.
Can I get inside, close the door, and do as much as I can to try to fucking take off with this truck?
Say Juniper.
So you're in
again.
so you're in the back of the truck, and like the what's the word that I'm looking for? The storage area of the truck. Yeah. If you want to get the cab to get out of the truck, you could go around to the cab and stuff, but the cab and the storage area of the truck are not connected.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, because they drove the truck here, but they haven't been able to get into the.
Okay,
The
I
storage
misunderstood. I was thinking like big van, not truck. Okay. Yeah, I want to get in the truck, like to drive
Okay.
it, like to literally speed it out of here while they're distracted.
All right, so yeah, you go.
So if I need to like not
didn't-
have done Juniper, I won't do.
Yeah,
Juniper.
you
I
don't
wanna
need to
get
have
in the
done
cab.
Juniper, so you don't. Okay, yeah, you get the cab, you start the truck, and you begin to start like backing it
Get the fuck up.
out of
Yep.
the alleyway.
Yep.
Love it. That will be so. Again, we're kind of loosey goosey with like time and stuff because this is all happening like concurrently. The guard is going inside; they just haven't taken their turn yet.
Yeah.
That is Penny's turn, As you are backing out of the alleyway, you reach the road and you turn as you're like, because you don't want to back into like traffic, so you actually like check your mirrors and stuff. And there's one of those like mirrors on the back of the truck, so you can see what's coming. And you see, you don't see any cars coming, but you do see one very large person running down the street very quickly in your direction, and then manifesting behind them is about 12-foot tall bull-like humanoid figure, which just running at the same speed behind them. They're not nearly as fast as you are, but they are catching up. That is their turn, though, is going to be to close that distance and just running your direction as fast as possible.
Okay.
God, you rolled so bad, Piper. I've got one more round of turns, then we're gonna get to you. So we've got every NPC, one more round, which is just every generic NPC in the building is gonna go first, and they all come running up the stairs. The ones in the back aren't able to get as far, so we'll say the one guy that was laying on the couch downstairs gets up first, has a like a semi-automatic that sees Feng, and you can hear Ricky yelling like, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, as the guy runs up the stairs past Ricky and is gonna take a shot at you, Feng. There is no possible way in hell he can hit you, so just rain of bullets across the room, all of them deflected by Tortoise's armor. Piper, it is your turn.
Yay. I guess I'm going in.
All right. Last person drops into the room.
So I guess that's probably
Leah,
one action to make it in there.
Yeah. I wasn't even counting that as an action for movement because you guys were just right up there. It's just a step to drop down. So you're in the room.
Okay. I'm gonna go after Leah.
Yeah, Leah, who's in here and just like, fuck, as another person drops into the room.
I'm gonna manifest Vega and try to hit her.
You're gonna aura her.
I want to try to use Tune In. Go hit her first. What is it? Strength and power. Oh, cool. I rolled like shit. -1. 4.
Oh, what were you trying to? You were just making an attack.
Well, no, I wanted to use the Tune In ability, but you told me last time that I had to hit them first.
Yeah, I just don't remember what the
To
tune-in
do it.
ability is.
It's the one where Vega finds their resonant frequency and deals maximum damage.
Ah, right. Okay, yeah. You do have to hit them for it, though. So, yeah, you... I'd wanted to know so I could describe what's going on. Omega, as you drop in the room, you manifest Omega, who surges past the room and goes for... Or
Vega.
Vega. Sorry, the
They
rhyme.
all have really similar sounding names.
Vega and Vespa and Omega.
Vespa, Vega, Omega, and Black Tortoise.
Black Tortoise. Thank you, RJ.
And none for Black Tortoise.
Vivi,
'Cause
Piper,
then we also have-
Penny, and Feng.
Yeah, because we also have Piper and Petty, which has given me fits this entire series. Vega manifests, striking out, hits the door, which Leah has just unlocked, and just obliterates it, just into atomizes the door, and Leah just kind of staggers, just like, holy shit, and continues moving into the weapons room. Do you have something else you want to do?
Can I put myself and Vega between her and the weapons?
Yeah, I'd say you could do that with your movement. You've got enough. So,
I'm fast.
yeah, I think
I'm
Vega
not,
just kind of Vega grabs you and kind of somersaults over, and the two of you land in the room. Kind of you, Vega, Leah, in sequence.
I told Ricky I'd find you.
All right. That has ended the initiative round. Let's go ahead and
I got to play the
debating
game.
you got to play the game. I'm debating whether we stop there because there's no way we're finishing this combat today. I want to stop at the top of initiative because I don't think in 10 minutes we'll get through.
Well, don't we have
another
to
round.
roll again anyway?
Yeah, you guys have to roll
Okay.
again, and then we're gonna go through it again. So I think that's probably the best place to stop it for today, and we'll pick up at the rolling for initiative again next session, if that sounds good. So for posterity, what we have set up right now: Feng, center of the room, hail of bullets ricocheting off of him as he's stalking his quarry, Ricky, who is fleeing down the stairs.
PlayStation! Oh, and you killed my grandpa too.
I lost my hat.
Penny has your hat. It's canon. Penny's wearing your hat.
It's just been
Vivi
a bad
is
week.
on the ground right now, having just avoided Io's attack, Io's grasp. Swarm of bees circling around her. Penny, Piper. Shit.
You sound like my mom.
I was gonna say, like, you sound like a parent with too many kids. I'm sorry. You gotta
That's
make
what
your
I
way
feel like
through
every
all of
time
them
I
to
run
get
a
to the
game.
youngest.
Piper standing in the doorway between Leah and the weapons, and Penny outside in the truck watching the massive form of Europa and Sylvia come barreling down the street in your direction. So yeah, let's call it there. I'm gonna put on something a little less epic right now. I'm going to type up some notes so I remember that positioning next session. All right. Let's do our end of session questions. And those are number 1. Did you participate in the session?
Yes.
You all did. Mark XP. Number 2. Did you use your anima abilities to overcome an obstacle, challenge, or threat? I think everyone did. Number 3. Did you solve a mystery or save someone from danger?
We found out who the people that killed Grandpa were, and what the fuck they were doing there.
Yeah, you saved a couple of people from danger. Penny kind of saved Feng from danger. As much danger as Feng can be in.
That's literally what I was gonna say. As
And
much danger as Feng can be.
Grandpa is safe in my apartment.
And Grandpa is safe in your apartment. Yeah, you have saved Grandpa from danger. Did you learn something important or find something valuable? You found the truck. So I'd say it's pretty valuable. And did you have any complications with your virtue, vice, or drive?
We're in danger.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anyone level up?
Me.
ooh.
No, yeah, because you're kind of like half up behind from
Yeah.
the rest
It's
of
me.
you.
I did.
Yes, RJ.
I was gonna say next session for some of us.
Yeah.
I'm about halfway there.
Cool. So yeah, good session, everyone. We will be back in 2 weeks for the next installment, which I believe will be the 20th of February, 2021, or 11th March, as some of us are calling it. So we join us for that in 2 weeks. If you liked what you saw here today and you want to join us for another game, tomorrow will be an excellent opportunity. Slang 101 at 4 o'clock. It's Monster of the Week. Savannah runs it. Sid and I both playing it. RJ's been known to make an appearance too. And we're fighting Mothman. We're not really fighting Mothman. We're learning about Mothman. Trying to understand Mothman. Trying to avoid fighting Mothman.
We're trying to keep someone who is pretending to be Mothman from besmirching Mothman's name.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right, bitches. I did real Mothman and fake Mothman in the same episode. Get at me.
So yeah, we're going to resolve Mothman maybe tomorrow, so come join us for that. Otherwise, the schedule throughout the week is posted below our faces. If you're watching us live on Twitch, if you're watching us on YouTube some point in the future, head over to our Twitch page. You can see what we're doing at this point. Anybody have anything they want to plug? Savannah plugs this every time, so I'm going to take my chance to do it. Wednesday on LB Hackmup's channel at twitch.tv/LBHackmup. Savannah and I are playing for the next 2 weeks a Monster of the Week game mini-series over there, along with Sir Lucian and Jordan with PH. And I'm playing a pararomantic, and Savannah is playing my monstrous romantic interest, and
I'm a dryad.
We're trying to save the environment. So join us for that at 8:30 on Wednesday. Anyone else have anything else they want to plug?
I've got one.
Yeah.
On Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be on twitch.tv/Colonomicon, like the Necronomicon, but with my friend Colin in it. We're playing A State. It is a Forged in the Dark system, so if you like Blades in the Dark, that kind of thing. I tell people it's described as Cyber Victoriana. If you like Dishonored and that kind of thing, you'll like this game a lot. Come join us for the troublemakers of Meyer End. We're getting in trouble.
Anyone else?
Hey.
Yeah.
By the by, I forgot to plug my stuff at the beginning, but yes, check out my Twitter whenever I play, I post. But also this week on Wednesday, as well as LB Hackwam's game with our lovely Savvy and Val, I'm starting a new game over at Open for Adventures. It's called Legacy of Lazaku. It's a desert survival game with some political intrigue, which sounds fun. I play a big, strong cat man who's cursed by Chimera blood.
Fun.
But the real question is he sad?
No, actually. He's learning to live with it.
How many episodes you
not
give
playing
in before he becomes sad?
He becomes a sad boy.
Is this your number cat?
It's my number cat.
Okay. What's his name?
13 Trees in the Oasis.
Okay, so when is he going to be sad?
Possibly if the wizard dies, because that's his friend.
Okay.
Okay, so he's going to be sad eventually.
So early on.
Yeah.
It's a wizard.
We're starting at level 7, so
Huh.
Oh, no, you're good.
Yeah, all right then.
Well,
I'll have a
essentially
happy character,
unkillable
everyone.
after 7.
No, you won't. You fucking liar.
Anyone else have anything
Yeah. Oh,
they want to promote? Because there's somebody at our door.
next Saturday, the 13th, I will be over on Stella Luna playing a lovely charity game. I run a fantastic Good Society game here on Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern called Elegant Magics, but I get to play in a game of not Elegant Suffering, that won't be the name, of Good Society. I get to play Hedonist. I come from a humble origin, and I'll tell you all my little secret. I get to marry my secret fiance.
Ooh.
I can't fucking wait. So come check that out. It's
And you
for
got to play a
charity.
hedonist, and you got to do a secret fiance. Like, you're getting to hit all your bucket lists.
I
Those are the
am
high points.
So happy. It was part of the play, like the play set, and I was just like, that one. So I got really hyped. 2 o'clock Eastern, over at twitch.tv/Stella Luna. And it's for charity. So come hang out with us, and then come back over here and watch Saturday Night's Apocalypse. So yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
I'm running Rime of the Frost Maiden tomorrow on Indoor Adventures. Come and check it out. They fell into a snow cave, and it has evidence of Lydia's brother, who they've been chasing down all this time.
Wonderful. I've heard wild things about this game from several sources, so
I
definitely
can't
check
wait
that out.
to guest on this game. I have very, very fun character concept.
It does have a
Wings-
fun character
that
concept.
Wings was kind enough to allow me.
I am 100% on board for this character concept. All I've got to say is happy birthday.
Wonderful. I don't have anything else to plug, except I spent a lot of the last couple of weeks setting up a new thing for GGK, doing a GGK based roleplay server. It's called GGK Worlds. Right now we're doing some D&D, Humblewood, text-based RP. If you're interested in that, join our server. There's a link below our faces. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to do anything except click a couple places and you can join us. You can RP with us and romance with us and all that sort of fun stuff, because that's what we've been doing nonstop for the past 14 days or so. That is it. Thank you so much, everyone out there, for watching. We will see everyone in 2 weeks, and until next time, good game and good night, Internet.